Listen, I got to take you back, okay? I got to take you back right now. Millennials, listen up. If you had a flip phone in middle or high school, whenever you got your first phone, I think a lot of us is probably around 13. These were the times of RadioShack and Virgin Mobile, $20 a month, unlimited plans, baby girl.
What are we doing?
You could walk into any Radio Shack or Best Buy, get a prepaid flip off the shelf, maybe a Cricket, maybe something else. If you were lucky, your family had a T-Mobile family plan that you were on and you had something a little bit better. But most of us had the Virgin Mobile flips, $20 for the phone, $20 for the month, and that was it. And we were most likely going to have another phone by the end of the month.
What are we doing?
But because of that, we needed to rely. We needed to rely on some third-party services in order to make these phones what they needed to be. So, of course, when I came across this video just the other day, I knew it triggered something emotionally in me, and it's going to trigger something emotionally in you. Let me take you back. Let me take you back 21 years. For those young ones out there, you don't understand. You weren't even considered to be conceived yet, let alone a thought in the universe. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the year 2004, right here. You know what I mean?
It's easy.
Hey.
Grab your cell, select messages, go to
Hey.
create message, and type in the keyword of your favorite sound.
Hello?
Type in sound 37 to
Back
get.
off. This phone will self-destruct in
Type sound 37.
Do you remember?
What are we doing?
phone will fly unanswered.
To get.
I'll pop a cap in your ass.
Type in sound 39. Finally, send it to 3.
Hot ass commercials ready, and
we'll
then
send it directly
you
to
could
your
get the
cell phone.
sounds. You could get the sounds like the people talking ones, or you wait till the end of commercial. You get the hits, baby. Ready? Here we go.
Now. Check the Ramones out with I Want to Be Sedated by texting R5.
That's right.
For crime mobs, nuck if you buck,
You
text
want
R4.
you
For
want
getting rich
that
with Save a Horse
latest
Ride, text
Save a
R3.
Horse, Ride a Cowboy by Big and Rich Ringtone?
What are we doing?
You better text R3 to 35555. And by God, somehow they'll just bill your cell phone bill directly, and boom, bam, chicken slam, you've got yourself the hottest hits ringtone. But wait, ladies and gentlemen, there's more. When you text 35555R1 to get your Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy by Big and Rich, when you get that, you then not only get the ringtone, you get invites to the exclusive wallpaper club, baby.
What are we doing?
I'm talking color wallpaper. I'm talking I had this phone with this same exact color wallpaper. You're going to text love 1 to 3555 and that wallpaper, it's yours.
Go to create message and type in the keyword
They
of
teach
your
you how to do it
favorite
right on the
wallpaper.
commercial.
Type love 1 to get
Look
the
at this.
kissing lips. Type love 2 to get kiss me.
Look at this.
Or love 3 for the pink rose.
Wow.
Finally, send it to 35555 and
I
we'll
mean,
send it straight
could
to your
you-
cell. For more information, go to jamster.com.
Jamster, dude.
What are we doing?
Jamster. You could text 35555 from your flip phone right now and get yourself the latest freaking ringtone, okay? And that, ladies and gentlemen, was only the beginning. That was 2.0. I'll take you back even further. Year 2000, year 2001 phones, they had recorders on them, baby. So we were in the Honda Civic with the record button on the flip phone, recording the hottest bar, because we only had about 10 to 15 seconds for that ringtone file because that's all the storage the phone had on it. We were waiting for the hottest line of that Lil Wayne mixtape to come on, and then boop, we hit record, and all of a sudden, every time your phone rings from here on out after that, you've got nothing but a banger playing with the bass cranked, and it sounds god-awful coming out of those stupid little cell phone speakers, but you knew exactly how amazing it was and how cool it made you feel. Every time someone called your phone, you would call your own phone.
What are we doing?
You would get home, get the home phone off the landline, and hit your cell phone with the landline just to hear your own ringtone, just to make sure it still works.
What are we doing?
And then we got the text-in ringtones, right? 2004 came along, we got those. Then, a few years later, some cool companies like Verizon Wireless, if you had Verizon Wireless, you could get for $3.99 your very own ring back tone.
What are we doing?
You remember the ring back tones, dude? Not when the phone rings, that's your ringtone. The ring back tone is when someone calls you and when on the other end, on your earpiece, you just don't hear. When you called their number, you would hear this. You would hear one little beep, and then it would say, "This ringback tone is brought to you by Verizon Wireless. Enjoy." Baby, I'm calling on you tonight. We care for learns 95. Just like animals, animal, more. And you would hear the first 30 seconds of whatever poppin' ass Maroon 5 record label licensing deal they made with Verizon Wireless at the time as the ringback while your best friend was deciding whether or not to pick up on the other end.
What are we doing?
And so we had ringtones, we had ringbacks. I mean, I have a lockbox downstairs. I have a lockbox downstairs with a lock on it. I don't know if I know where the key for it is. I'm pretty sure I do, but I don't know. And that makes it even safer. You know what I mean? And so in that lockbox, no important documents, no money, no gun, no nothing that would be in the average man's under the bedside table lockbox is in mine. What's in my lockbox? An LG chocolate and a Motorola V3 Razr. Silver. I wish it was pink, but it's silver, dude.
What are we doing?
And I'm preserving those phones in time because they, both turn on. I got to buy proper chargers. I'm pretty sure I've thrown them away since. But they both turn on. They both have replaceable batteries, so I know I can get one on eBay at any time. I think the ones that are in them now were replacement batteries, so we're gooch for the foreseeable future. And I'm telling you, I am keeping them until it's like I know they're not going to be worth anything. I know at any point in time you can go on eBay. Levi, you can go on eBay and buy these phones right now for they're not worth anything. They're $30 fucking.
What are we doing?
It's fine, I get it. But at the same time, to me, they remind me and take me back to a time that was much simpler, much easier, and much less worrisome about everything that's going on, because the only thing you were worried about was how much battery you had left, when your free minutes started, whether it was at 7 p.m. or just on the weekends, and how many different text conversations you had going on. Because if you were anything like me, it was at least 10 to 15 different threads on your slide-up T9 keyboard phone at a time.
What are we doing?
The early 2000s are arguably one of the best times for music, arguably one of the best times for technology. Don't get me wrong, everything we have today, you know what I mean, back then can't really compare, but still, when it comes to the simplicity of the video games and the tech and the colors and everything that we had at our disposal back then was just, it was given a little bit, just 1% more character, and just it made our lives just a little bit more better, to the point where most people were pretty okay with what they had going on a daily basis. And now, thanks to Facebook and the iPhone and the algorithm and the TikToks and the feeds and the president and everything that we all have to be indicted with, the news constantly 24/7, 365 down your throat. It's go, 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 go. And if you don't, it's sold out. You missed it. You didn't hear about it. It's not important. Some people don't care. They can tune it out, but some can't. Some have it, but some don't. And it's just this crazy society that we live in where you need to know every single 24/7. It doesn't stop. You have to put your phone in do not disturb mode for 3 weeks straight just to get rid of the headaches.
What are we doing?
And I just wish we could go back to a time where, like, you know, hey, when we ask what's going on in the world, the adults and our superiors are just like, yeah, I don't know, something happened with the plane in New York. I haven't watched the news yet. I'm not entirely sure. It probably, hey, don't worry about it. Move on. We'll forget about it in 2 weeks. And that was life back then. And now every single teenager, every single young adult, grown person, boomer, millennial, whatever generation you're from, you know everything. You know everything that's happening right this moment.
What are we doing?
It's a much simpler time with the ringtones, the callbacks, and everything else.